Success is an attitude. Longines.
Welcome to La Coruña. La Coruña, where this weekend there's a World Cup event, and today, Saturday, we are going to watch the Longines Grand Prix with €210,000 at stake. A fantastic field has come here to La Coruña, just fresh from Prague and just before Geneva. The course builder is Santiago Varela, who has been just nominated to be the course builder for the Paris Olympics. So 1 to 2, vertical to an oxer with 6 strides past the end gate, a vertical, and then down to the first line for an oxer, and with 5 strides to a vertical with a water tray at the back of it. And turning down to the Longines combination, oxer, 1 stride, vertical, 1 stride, and oxer, and then straight, a 90-degree turn to an oxer over water. Choice of 6 or 7 strides there, depending on how tight one takes the turn. Going around, long breather to a difficult line here of a vertical, 3 strides to an oxer, and then 5 strides to a double verticals, 10A, 10B. Tight turn back to the final line of oxer 11, 5 or 6 strides to 12, a vertical, and then 5 strides to the final oxer just beside the end gate. So this is the course, and at this stage we have 6 clear rounds, and the first that we're going to watch now is number 34, which is Gregory Qatar, and he's riding, number 32, Gregory Qatar, riding Cocaine Duval. This is a 10-year-old by My Lord Carthago. A winner yesterday of the 145 class. Of course, Gregory Qatar, finalist of the World Cup in Leipzig at the beginning of the year with his other grey mare called Bibici. Now here with 1 fence down, coming down to the combination, oxer, vertical oxer, and then a quick turn to this oxer over a water tray, then a long turn for this line of a very light plank to an oxer, and then a double of verticals coming out here down to the final difficulties, which is this CSI5 oxer, turning down to the Casas Novas vertical and down to the final fence, and coming in with 4 folds, 70.53. So just 6 clears at this particular moment. The clears so far are Jack Whitaker with Valmy de Lalande, Martin Fuchs with the Sinner, Petronella Anderson, Harry Charles, Jack Ryan, and Philip Weishaupt. Very strong field here in La Coruña, a great favorite of the riders, although it's a bit of a driver, a bit of a drive to get here. A lot of the starters were also competing in Madrid and moved from Madrid to La Coruña, but a good number of the top combinations have come following Prague and are present here for this very much favored La Coruña. So next in the ring is Daniel Deuser, He's riding Jasmine Van de Bishop, 13-year-old at this stage by Larino, out of a Chin Chin mare. Originally produced by Jonah Ekberg as a young horse. Has been in the Sefik stables since being a young horse, and is under Daniel for the last 4 years. Winner of 2 5-star Grand Prix in Sopot and Hamburg. Won a class in Madrid last week. And competed in the GCT in Stockholm, Rome and London. Clear. Unfortunately, the horse drifted a little bit there to the left and had a back rail down. So another 4 folds here for Daniel. 70.73, which puts him in 18th place and well out of the prices. La Coruña, always a very popular venue as well with spectators, and it's a full house. Has been a full house yesterday and definitely will be a full house again for the World Cup tomorrow. Next in the ring is Olympic combination from Tokyo, third in the bronze medalist in team. It's Claire Z. Claire Z, now 14-year-old, by clear way out of a Coronado mare. 5th in the Grand Prix in Sertogenbosch, 5th in the Grand Prix in Mexico Global Champions Tour, and of course on the Belgian team there in Tokyo. Peter, who has quite some depth in his team and is able to swap and change there between the various shows and yet be present at a lot of the competition, both the Nations Cup tours and the Global Champions Tour, and coming in with a clear round. Could be our 7th clear round, and yes, this is the 7th clear round here for Voss, and first Belgian rider in that jump off so far. They're jumping extremely well here. So next into the ring is one of the consistently top riders on the Spanish squad. It's Edu Alvarez Aznar, and he's riding the French-bred Bentley de Sury, an 11-year-old gelding by Sunday de Riverland out of Calvaro mare. originally started by Edouard Coupery in France, then taken over by Tim Kyle for Canada, from which Edu got him there in the beginning of the season, and has been very successful with Edu. Edu, who of course was a vital member of the Madrid in Motion team, who did very well in Prague last week. Expensive line for Edu. And so the last coming home with 12 faults. Edu, so at the moment still the 7 clears. Jack Whitaker, Martin Fuchs, Petronette Anderson, Harry Charles, Jack Ryan, Philip Weishaus, and Peter de Vos. Now, next to the ring is Michael van der Vleuten. Michael van der Vleuten, also a member of the Madrid in Motion team, and of course riding a number of horses for Marta Ortega, whose home this is. Casas Novas, which was built about 25 years ago, and is still as stunning a venue as there probably is. There is an 11-year-old by Toulon. Unfortunately, 4 falls, and it's a horse that has recently been promoted up to do the higher work. Was placed in the Grand Prix in Dinard, Geesteren, Warsaw, and Eindhoven. But unfortunately, coming home on 8 falls in 71-76.
Elegance is an attitude. Longines.
It's a very typical course of Santee, which both delicate, technical, doesn't put the horses under immense pressure, but demands both horse and riders to have a lot of balance and accuracy. So next in the ring for Ireland is Dennis Lynch riding the 9-year-old Visto Grand. This one only very recently under the saddle of Dennis. Started off extremely well very quickly there in Madrid. Obviously at a pairing in the making. Horse with tremendous scope. Back rail down. A bit of work in progress there. Then he's coming home with 16, atypically 16 falls. In this Longines Grand Prix. So we just have 5 more starts. Clear round's not coming quite as fast as it did in the first round, or in the first half of the competition. There we had 6 clears in the first 20, but now just one so far, and only 5 left to go. First of those 5 is the very experienced Algorithm, written by Marie Valder-Longen for Norway. Horse with lots of experience at this level, as has Marie. The 17-year-old by Eurocommerce Tampa out of a Calvados. This horse has been jumping 160 classes for the last 8 years, and ridden successfully both by Gregory Waterley and Marie. This evening it's a little touch. Combination is right beside the public, so some horses just are a little shy of going close to the stands. As you can see with him, he just drifted a little bit to the right. Oops, stole the corner a little bit there, but very careful over the planks, coming down to the double vertical. Excellent, still clear. Down to the last line. Down to the last, and hopefully another clear. Yes, another clear. This one for Norway. So Maria bringing the total to 8 clears for the jump off. Wonderful attitude of the horse and in wonderful condition to be a 17-year-old, and looks as fresh as ever. Next for Belgium is Gregory Watelet, and he's riding Parity. He's a 13-year-old gelding by Clarimo, Holsteiner bred. Obviously ridden successfully by Harry Allen, third in the German two-star Grand Prix in 2020 for Harry. This year Gregory rode him to 8th place in the World Cup in Oslo just a few weeks ago. Already one Belgian through to the jump off, and Peter de Vos and Claire Z. And coming home with 4 falls in (69.13) and to 17th place.
Great to be in the opening round of the Longines Grand Prix, and Belgium next is another hole already clear. It showed a double gold in the new rider who appears as one of the teams in the last 2 years, but this year with an individual silver as well. With Derby de Riverland for Belgium, Thibaut Philippart.
Next in the ring here is Thibaut Philippart, and Thibaut is riding Derby de Riverland, 9-year-old Canaan out of l'Arc de Triomphe. Second in the Grand Prix in Valkenswaard in 2021. Horse with a wonderful technique. Thibaut, younger brother of unfortunately just took the back bar there in the combination again. Just looked slightly at the public coming to the combination and drifted a little bit, and then just was a little bit short there for the call of the combination. Now down to the last, and 4 falls in 71.65, which leaves him in 23rd place. At the moment, last placing, the 12th placing, is a la carte with Marcus Enning, with 4 falls in 67.64. So next is another young rider, this time for Austria. It is Alessandra Reich, and she's riding Eliar. Not only is she a young rider, but Eliar is just an 8-year-old, a gelding by Denzel out of an Andiamo mare. Oops, is he pointing there first? First couple of fences down. Just know that Alessandra's class here. Alessandra has a great record in the under 25 classes. Went home there with 12 faults. And unfortunately, last fence down as well for 16.
Not that day, 16 scored.
So at this stage, 9 clears, and in come last to go, not least, it's Harry Smulders, who will be last to start in this Longines Grand Prix here in Casas Novas in La Coruña, and he's riding his 10-year-old stallion by Eurico out of Cassini mare. Harry's riding this horse since 2021, and sort of brought him carefully through the ranks, 145, 150, and was recently third in the 5-star Grand Prix in Brussels Knokke, and also competed on the run-up to this in Oslo, Verona and Stuttgart. Harry, who is building up a wonderful string of horses again. And is slowly getting back up the rank list. Of course, with a wonderful technique. Just Harry just taking a little bit of time there to give the horse every chance, but you just need to be a little bit careful, because although the time isn't very short, it's still not that generous. He's realized it and moved up a bit now, coming to the last, but unfortunately just outside the time, and one time fall unfortunately stops Harry joining the 9 others into the jump off. That will be over a shortened course. Wonderful exhibition of both riding and jumping there from Harry and Ulrikas van de Kattenwennen. So they're getting the course ready for the jump off, and we're going to watch the graphics here. Starting over a new fence, number 15, turning left to what was number 12, left again tight around the water jump over the boxer there. Right-handed to the two parts of the combination of the Longines combination, and then back over the fence that follow the combination. Now tight over number 3, left hand turn 3, continue left-handed and finishing over this vertical new fence number 16, and that's the finish. So not a big long gallop to finish, but a lot of tight turns. And first of those 9 riders into the jump off is for the UK.
Elegance is an attitude. Longines.
It's Jack Whittaker, and Jack Whittaker is riding Equine America Valmy de la Lande, 13-year-old by My Lord Carthago, out of a starter mare. 4 Grand Prix placings this year, with Jack winning the Grand Prix of Ascona. Very good in the World Cup final of last season that was held this year, finishing 4th in the final and 5th overall. So it was the start of a fantastic season for Jack. So Jack here now with Equine America Valmy de la Lande, first to go against the clock. Head against the water. He will have an intermediate time, so he's jumping this first part of the combination, unfortunately having it down roughly 20 seconds. Down there, down to the last. Coming in with 4 falls in 38.52. So that's the first of the 9 combinations. Now, next into the ring is Martin Fuchs, and Martin Fuchs is riding the Sinner, 14-year-old, previous mount and very successful also for Dennis Lynch. One of the horses on the circuit that has the best strike rate. He's placed % of the starts, and that's over 260 international starts so far. This year alone, out of the 26 times he started, 16 times he was in the money, and obviously in the money as well today. So extremely fast horse. As well as careful. Oh, unfortunately, it just hung a little bit in the air, and everything went wrong there. So fortunately, Martin has to call it a day. Martin, who has a big week ahead of him next week with Geneva Rolex event, where his old companion Clooney will be retired. So next to take up the challenge is for Sweden, Clapton Mouche, 10-year-old by Conrad, written here by Petronella Anderson from the powerful Stefik stable. Petronella, who also competed in Madrid last week. Has been produced from the start by Petronella, and a great credit to her. Had 3 placing in 2-star Grand Prix last year. Started the season in Wellington, Florida, where the horse was beautifully produced and had an extremely good record, being in the money every time. So now here in the jump off, big question there. It comes up with the answer. Still clear. 37, 38, 39, 67. So to the lead goes Petronella. With 39.67. Time that possibly will get beaten, but great demonstration of jumping there, and a horse with a big future. Into the tunnel. That's obviously very happy with this. Now, next, there's a real danger now. Yesterday's winner of the 150 class, it's for Great Britain, Harry Charles, and Harry rides Billabong du Roumois, an 11-year-old, also by My Lord Carthago, out of a Papillon Rouge mare. And this is fast. Previously written by Julien Paillard, so the horse knows what it is to go fast. Very quick, extremely quick. Down to the last 35.58, and Harry didn't leave much for somebody to squeak in there. Already a winner yesterday, and just could be a double here in the making. Won a 3-star Grand Prix in Oliva. Also won a very fast and a very good class in Windsor this year with Harry. So next for Belgium is Olivier Philippard. And Olivier rides Le Blue Diamond van Truitenzhof, an 11-year-old. Beautifully bred by Pelote Blue out of a Diamant semi-mare. So, time to beat 35.58 and clear is what's been asked here. 35.58. Less experienced horse than Billabong, and this is a very twisty course that Santiago Varela has put for them. Unfortunately, the first part is double down, and the Oxer so he's already at 34, just coming down to the last fence. So 39-37 is the. Usually here the course is extremely twist and turn. There isn't a real gallop in it, but one needs a horse that's very nimble to be able to make the time. At the same time, need to be scopy enough. There's a couple of oxers coming out. Father Ludo. Always present, so competing here at La Coruña. So at the moment, first is Harry Charles, second Petronella Anderson, and now coming in to the ring is for Ireland Jack Ryan, and Jack Ryan rides Guppy VDL, an 11-year-old by Arezzo out of Cardento mare. Jack, who extremely successful in ponies and has been very successful in juniors, young riders, under 25s with his own McGregor in the big classes. Now based with John Stansing, and he's riding this Groupie VDL horse that's owned by Jos Lansing. Jumped very impressive first round. Of course, Jack hugely talented and successful young rider in all different categories so far. So this horse did jump impressively. Assuring his turn to the combination. He was short there, not quite within the time, but faster than Petronella. So he puts down time of 38.50. So at this moment of time, into second place with Petronella third. Great performance from Jack. He'd be delighted with that. It's a big prize Grand Prix, 210,000 prize fund. So second place would still be worth 1,000 or a little bit with it. So Jack sitting pretty. Now for Germany, it's Philipp Weishaupt, the 12-year-old Contagio gelding Kobe. Very experienced there, and already the winners of 2 5-star Grand Prix this year in Valkenswaard and also in Wellington, Florida. So this is going to be dangerous for the leaders. So quick down to the Casas Novas vertical, tight to the oxer, no problem with the width there. Brave to the double. Oof, and lucky. That was the luck that he wanted. Very tight to this vertical, very tight, and then tight to the short run to the last, and clear of the last, and 34.19, and the new leader. Very tight turns. And the advantage of seeing plenty of the other ones going, and of course the horse with huge rideability and a little bit of luck on the coming into the combination. So a new leader, Germany. It's Kobe and Philipp Weishaupt. So at the moment, Kobe, Billalong and Guppy, and another very experienced combination here is Peter de Vos with Claire Z. So should be a danger. Again, it's this is not a galloping jump off as we've seen. It's all about twisting and turning, and especially being prepared to take a risk going to the Longines double against the public. So ooh, yeah, there's luck on this first fence. Right there, wouldn't be much in it so far. A little bit slower there, a good bit slower than Philipp Weishaupt there. Ooh, and unfortunately didn't have the luck of Philipp Weishaupt, and has a fence down. And the second one. So obviously slowing down a little bit now to the last, and coming in on 36.8, which would have been just a little bit slower than Harry Charles, but possibly after the second fence down he slowed down a bit going to the last fence. So still Germany, UK, Ireland, Sweden, 1, 2, 3, 4. With just 1 to go. For Norway, the rhythm written by Marie Valdar Longem for Norway, with a very experienced horse. Let's see if she's going to pull out all the stops. Possibly a little bit slower and a good bit wider there. Jump beautifully over that. Oh, oh. And unfortunately, a fall and an elimination there for Maria. And the horse is very docile and luckily no harm to anybody. So, unfortunate finish there for Maria, which is eliminated because of the fall, and will therefore finished in equal 8th place together with Martin Fuchs. So we have a result. First is Kobe, Philip Weishaupt, clear in 34.19. Second, Harry Charles, also clear, 35.58. Fortunately, just a little misunderstanding with the stride there, and the horse decided to stop. So first, Philip Weishaupt, second, Harry Charles, third, Jack Ryan. And here we have the prize giving, where Philip Weishaupt, winner of this Longines Grand Prix, in front of a full crowd, and receiving the Longines watch, and Mrs. Ortega the prize to Philip Weishaupt. So for me, Alan Storm, and from La Coruña, from this Longines Grand Prix 2022, and looking forward to the World Cup tomorrow here.
Elegance is an attitude. Longines.